A very good morning, all of you. Today we will learn some basic concept of computer applications and which will basically covered from your syllabus only. Okay, so let's move to the concept that is loops. Okay, now see what basically loops means. Loop are the statements which can iterate itself. Now, for example, I want to say you want to do something several number of times. For example, you want to write um, my name is Ankita 100 times. You have to write my name is Ankita 100 times. Suppose you have some statement which will do the work automatically. That is what loop is. For example, you want to print in computer your name 100 times. You will write system.out.println my name is Ankita. Okay, you have to write it 100 times, system.out.println, system.out.println. But here in computer, that is in Java, you won't have to do that. You can use the statements called loops. Okay, you can use the statements called loops, which you have to just determine. You have to state how many times you want the work to be done, and it will be executed. For example, you want to get your name printed 100 times. You have to state there 1 to 100, and then your name will be printed 100 times. Okay, now see, basically we have three kinds of loops which will be covered in your syllabus. The first is for loop, second is while loop, and the third is do while loop. Okay, this for loop and while loop are actually entry control loop. Entry control loop is what, see what happens when you determine when you state a condition. Okay, this entry control loop first checks whether the condition is true or not, and then only the loops get executed. And exit control loop, the loop will be first executed and then the condition will be checked. For example, using for loop and while loop, we have written system.out.println a number which is less than 5. Okay, and now you have entered the number 4. Now first it will check whether the number is less than 5 or not. So 4 is less than 5, and then will loop will be executed. Okay, and in do while loop, what happens, the number will first get printed. Okay, so the 4 will get printed, and then it will check whether the number is less than 5 or not. I hope you got the point. What is entry control loop, which checks the condition at the initial position itself, and exit control loops, where the loop will be executed once and then it checks the conditions from the next time. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Let's move to a example where you have to print 1 to 10. Okay, see, this will be the statement where for I is equal to 1, I is set to 1, I is less than equal to 10, and I plus plus. This I plus plus equal to I plus 1 is same. Okay, this I plus plus equal to I plus 1 is same, absolutely same. Okay, now see what happens. What will happen when you have written this loop for I is equal to 1, I is less than 10. The value of I is 1. Okay, it will check whether 1 is less than 10. Yes, it is less than 10. So this point will be executed, system.out.println I. That means you will get printed 1. 1 will get printed. Okay, now see, now what happens after you have printed, it will go back to the upgradation part. That is, I is equal to value of I will increase from 1 to 2. Now again it will check whether the value of I is less than 10 or not. 2 is less than 10. Again it will print 2. That means here 1 was printed and 2 will be printed. Okay, likewise it will go on till 3, 4, till 10 it will go. When the value of I will be 11, that time what happens, the loop will not get executed. That time the loop will be stopped. Okay, it will run till 10 only, because it is less than equal to 10. Okay, equal to is there, that means up to 10. If it would have been less than 10, then it would run till 9 only, but it is less than equal to 10. That means it will run till 10. Okay, here a semicolon is missing. System.out.println semicolon is will be there. Okay, okay, that means your number will get printed 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 in this order. Okay, I hope you have understood how to write for loop. Now let's move on to program using for loop. Okay, see, this is actually a program where you have to print the factorial of a number. Okay, I hope you know the meaning of factorial of a number. Even if you don't know, I am explaining it to you. For example, you have to print factorial of 5. Okay, it will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is actually factorial of a number. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That means if it is factorial 6, it will be 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, that means the number gets multiplied towards the ascending order of that number. Okay, now see what happens. First we have to declare the class factorial. For example, we've taken then public static void main string args, whatever we write, we will write there. Then the value of I, we have to initialize the value int I, and fact is equal to 1. Now see, we have to take fact I, because see, fact is equal to 1. Why we will take fact 1? We cannot take 0 because fact is being multiplied here. See, fact is equal to fact into I. That means anything multiplied to 0 will become 0. So we cannot multiply fact, we cannot initialize the value of fact as 0. Okay, we have to initialize the value of fact as 1. Now see what happens. We have taken the number as 5. That means the loop will be executed from 1 to 5. Okay, now the main part, that is fact into fact is equal to fact into I. Okay, now what happens, you see. Now see, what is the value of fact? Fact value is 1. Okay, that means 1, and value of I is also 1. That means 1 into 1 is 1. Okay, now what happens? Value of fact is 1. Okay, this fact value becomes what? 1 into 1 will be 1 again. Okay, then the next time what happens? Value of I will get increased to 2. Value of I will become 2. Then fact is 1. That means, well, just let me explain it to you using my notebook. Okay, just hold on.
See, this was our program. Value of I is 1, I is less than number, and I plus plus. Fact value of fact in the first case, value of fact is 1. Okay, and value of I is also 1. Okay, that means 1 into 1 will be the first case, fact into I. 1 will be 1 into 1, that will be equal to 1. Okay, before that, let me tell you one thing. See, factorial 5 is equal to what? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, isn't it? This can be written in this way also, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, isn't it? We can write it in this way also, never mind. So in the first case it is 1 into 1, that will be equal to 1. Okay, in the second case value of fact is 1, value of I is 2, isn't it? So it will be 2. In the third case value of fact is 2 and value of I is 3, this will be 6. Then what happens? Value of fact is 6, value of I is 4, it will be 24. Value of fact is 24, this will be 120. I hope it is clear to you now, because the fact is increasing with the number of times we are multiplying. Value of fact in the first case is 1 into 1, 1. Then this becomes fact, this number becomes fact. Okay, it becomes here, then 2 comes here, then 6 comes here, then 24 comes here in the place of fact. Okay, I hope it is clear to you now and you have understood the factorial of a number well. Thank you.